Missed by 8 Inches by Lionel D'Souza is a saga of two friends from a remote Indian town, whose journey leads them to manage U.S. Army facilities in a war zone. The core of the narrative is the tragic demise of one friend and the wrongful accusation of the other for leading him to his death. More than a story of loss and injustice, the book is a testament to the unyielding strength of their friendship, detailing their solidarity, shared laughter, and mutual support amid danger. It is a tribute to the unsung civilian contractors who work defenseless in war zones, sacrificing their lives, and whose stories of courage and sacrifice are often untold. Readers will journey with the two friends, witnessing the strength of their bond and the weight of their sacrifices. Please watch the previous chapters to help better understand the remains in Chapter 19. We are now moving to Chapter 19, titled The Remains from Missed by 8 Inches, authored by Lionel D'Souza. As a gesture of goodwill, I made it a top priority to reach out to every individual mentioned in the writing. I took the time to contact each person to inquire about their current whereabouts and to check in on their well-being. This effort was undertaken not only to ensure that everyone was accounted for, but also to express my heartfelt gratitude for their connection to my life. By doing so, I aim to show that their presence and well-being are important to me, and I am genuinely thankful for the role they have played in my journey. Uncle Hillary, referred to as the King of Belthungutty, a place near Mangalore, is a well-known figure in the area. During his tenure working in Saudi Arabia, he acquired a significant amount of land and constructed numerous buildings. In 2005, after Japan Oil Engineering concluded their contract with Saudi Arabian Aramco, Uncle Hillary returned to India as he found himself without a job. Now his son manages the vast empire he built, allowing Uncle Hillary to enjoy a peaceful and retired life in his grand palace. Occasionally, in the mornings, you can spot him on the second-floor balcony, leisurely sipping tea on his rocking chair and reading a newspaper. Muhammad Bhatti relocated to Riyadh, where he secured a job as a cook in a continental restaurant. Despite his advancing age, he continues to reside in Saudi Arabia and has no intentions of returning to Pakistan. His sons have sponsored him for a Saudi visa, allowing him to enjoy his later years in comfort. Occasionally, he delights his family by cooking and serving the exquisite dishes he perfected during his career as a cook. This not only brings joy to his loved ones, but also allows him to relive the cherished moments of his culinary journey. Prem managed to sustain his career in India by opening an electronics shop in Mangalore. He got married in 2002 and has a son who bears a striking resemblance to him in both appearance and mannerisms. Despite being happily married, Prem maintains multiple relationships and continues to live a contented life. Although he no longer practices electrical engineering, he focuses on managing the hardware and software aspects of his business and life, ensuring its smooth operation and success. Praveen, after my departure from Saudi, successfully relocated to Kuwait, where he pursued his career as a mechanical engineer in a manufacturing unit. Happily married, he is blessed with 2 children, a boy and a girl. During a brief interaction with him, I was struck by the depth of knowledge he still possesses about current events and the happenings in his hometown. It was evident that despite the geographical distance, Praveen remains well-informed and connected to his roots. Samuel faced a difficult period in Saudi Arabia, where he attempted suicide due to differences with his girlfriend. His behavior led to his dismissal from the company. In 2001, his girlfriend married someone else, which devastated Samuel deeply. Currently, Samuel resides in Bombay, where he struggles with his job and career. He has distanced himself from his parents and lives alone at the age of 48. During a conversation with him, it became evident that he still regrets losing his girlfriend. Interestingly, one significant change in Samuel is his newfound commitment to cleanliness, as his socks no longer emit any unpleasant odor. He takes pride in maintaining this standard, although it remains unclear what prompted this transformation. Suresh, affectionately known as Shetty, relocated from Saudi Arabia to Australia in 2004, where he has since settled. Despite being wealthy in his hometown, he left everything behind when he got married in 2002 and migrated with his wife. Suresh is blessed with 4 children, 3 girls and 1 boy. He no longer pursues his previous career and now works as a blue-collar employee for a multinational corporation in Australia. During one of our conversations, I asked him, "How are you, Mr. Shetty?" He responded with a smile, "Hey, call me Suresh." Shetty doesn't carry any weight in Australia. I was surprised to see his humble and grounded attitude, which reflected his adaptability to the new life which he embraced in his adopted country. Paul, an electronics engineer, tragically passed away at the young age of 28 in a devastating accident while traveling between Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Despite my efforts to reach out to his family through various channels, I was unable to make contact. Paul is survived by his wife, who continues to work in the Gulf region, and his daughter, who is following in her father's footsteps by pursuing a career in engineering. I was informed that the car he was traveling in overturned multiple times, and he was declared DOA at the hospital. Wilma, a retired teacher, now resides in the UK with her son and daughter-in-law. When I reached out to her, she was unable to recognize me, and her son explained that she is suffering from Alzheimer's. I sincerely hope and pray that she finds peace and comfort in her remaining days. Ravikumar, Saudi Customs K9 unit, has been difficult to reach. Despite my efforts, I have been unable to obtain any updates about him or establish contact to receive any information. Mark G. is a person whose friendship I will always hold dear. In 2005, Mark relocated to India due to the Saudization of his position. He established a K9 unit in Mumbai and took on various jobs, including security work and high-profile parcel deliveries. Unfortunately, in 2009, Mark suffered a stroke that left him paralyzed on his right side, and he has been in a vegetative state ever since. His devoted wife and children have been caring for him throughout this difficult time. Mark has 3 daughters, each born 6 years apart. Although Mark is unaware of his surroundings, I feel a deep sense of sorrow that anyone should have to endure such a life, becoming a burden to their loved ones. This sentiment was echoed by his family, who shared their struggles with me. Muhammad al-Bakawi, the Mutawa, unfortunately, lost touch during the COVID-19 pandemic. In March 2021, I received the heartbreaking news that he had passed away. Muhammad was a remarkable individual who challenged my preconceived notions about the religion. He embodied the true spirit of his faith, always demonstrating a pure and kind heart. Brother, may your soul rest in eternal peace. Neil Graham, my steadfast companion and manager for 13 years, never let me down, even when I was at fault. In 2006, he left the base and rushed to the Philippines after receiving a divorce notice from his wife. Neil had invested his earnings in property in the Philippines, which was registered in his wife's name. Upon hearing the news, he hurried to the Philippines, hoping to resolve the situation, but his wife had already decided to move on. Determined to fight for his rights, Neil has lodged a case against his wife in the Philippine court, battling for the property since 4 years. Unfortunately, the court has yet to reach a conclusive decision in Neil's favor. Despite these challenges, Neil has chosen to remain in the Philippines and has decided to settle down permanently in Manila. Richard remained in Kuwait, providing support to the Australian Defence Force until December 2002. After that, he transitioned to another company that was handling military project contracts. The last time we spoke was in 2006, when he had unfortunately been involved in a serious accident at a project site, resulting in the loss of his leg. Although the details of the incident are unclear, I do know that he survived the ordeal. He returned back to Vietnam and is settled along with his wife and daughter. Dr. Nathan, a unique individual who found solace in communicating with the deceased, was the only person I ever knew who genuinely enjoyed being in the company of the dead. His findings and reports were always accurate, never once leading to any errors. Originally from Australia, Dr. Nathan decided to migrate to Bali in 2008 after his retirement, choosing it as the place where he wishes to spend the rest of his life and eventually pass away. He is not married and has no plans to remain single, indicating that he might be open to companionship in his later years. Kevin returned home and received an honorable discharge from the company due to his injury. Unfortunately, he suffered from PTSD and underwent treatment for 2 years. During this time, he also struggled with an addiction to painkillers, which escalated into drug abuse. After his company was disbanded, the team members were reassigned to 3 different companies. Despite these challenges, Kevin makes an effort to stay in touch through social media. He often sends his regards, best wishes, and blessings. Every time he writes, he includes a thank you note with a smiley face, showing his gratitude and maintaining a positive connection with his former colleagues. Lieutenant Denzel, the only person who chose to remain in Afghanistan to support the local community, has made a significant impact through his selfless efforts. He established camps for the poor and needy, ensuring they had access to food and shelter. His dedication to uplifting the lives of the locals in various villages has been unwavering. Joining him in his mission is his daughter, Susan, a doctor who provides much-needed medical aid to the community. Together, they have become a beacon of hope for many. Denzel, who is divorced, has no plans to return to the United States. Instead, he has committed his life to serving the people of Afghanistan. Lieutenant Denzel is often regarded as a mini Mother Teresa in Afghanistan, a testament to his tireless work and compassionate spirit. His contributions have left an indelible mark on the lives of those he has helped. Commanding Officer George retired in 2011 and returned to the United States, where he was joyfully reunited with his second wife. Now, he spends his days relishing the pleasures of life, enjoying the peace and happiness that come with retirement. George remains a source of inspiration for younger soldiers. He frequently visits the training grounds, sharing captivating stories from his tours of duty. These visits not only keep his spirits high but also motivate and encourage the new generation of soldiers. His presence and tales of bravery and camaraderie serve as a powerful reminder of the values and experiences that define U.S. military. Andrew's wife, Thelma, received a substantial sum of blood money amounting to $1 million after his passing. The village bank manager was initially overwhelmed, struggling to count the number of zeros in such a large amount, as this kind of money was unprecedented for her. Within 6 months of Andrew's demise, Thelma fell in love with a local goon and married him. The grief of losing Andrew was quickly overshadowed by the allure of the substantial blood money she had received. However, the money was soon squandered on various unprofitable investments that yielded no returns. Properties were purchased remotely from Mangalore, many of which turned out to be either lakes, government-owned land, or inaccessible areas that could only be reached by helicopter. Within 2 years, the bank balance had dwindled to 6 digits, and by the end of the 3rd year, there was no money left in the account. Now and then, I receive calls from Thelma asking for financial support, and I have been considerate in providing her with money whenever she asks. Currently, Thelma is divorced and has no money left. Andrew's parents endured the heartbreaking loss of their only son, and to add to their sorrow, they received no blood money from the successor. Andrew's father suffered a fall at the age of 75, which left him bedridden for 2 years. During this difficult period, his mother was diagnosed with cancer and passed away 2 years after her husband's death. Their final years were marked by immense struggle and hardship, with no one around to offer support or comfort. In their grief and pain, they severed all ties with me, unable to forgive me for the loss of Andrew. Their last days were spent in isolation, burdened by both physical ailments and emotional anguish. Blood money. The term blood money is often used metaphorically to describe money obtained at the cost of another person's life or suffering. It is a common belief that money earned through war is never spent for a good reason. For us, the salary earned in the war zone is known as blood money. None of my colleagues who worked alongside me were able to enjoy the money they earned in the war zone. The money was either spent without satisfaction or lost for some reason along the way. The curse of war, the anguish of the families involved, the sorrow of the widows who lost their husbands, and the grief of the mothers who lost their sons, along with the death of young ones as collateral damage, all contribute to making this money tainted and unusable. This harsh reality is only fully understood once you become part of these tragic circumstances. Andrew's death was the most significant stain on my conscience, a reminder of the true cost of blood money. End of Mist by 8 inches. Subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more updates on the next chapters. Thank you for listening and subscribing.